Howdy out there, folks. Today we're going to be talking about this 1979 film, The China Syndrome, starring Jack Lemmon, Jane Fonda, and Michael Douglas. And of course, this is a local library pickup, but I want to just point out that the movie was actually introduced to me most recently after watching the great 3 Mile Island documentary on Netflix right now. I think it's called Meltdown. I love that documentary. I was enamored with it. I thought they did a great job. And, you know, I was a kid when that occurred, and I do remember, you know, hearing about it, but didn't really understand the full details. I highly encourage my viewers to check that Netflix documentary series out. It's terrific. But in the Netflix documentary, they reference this film called The China Syndrome, 1979. And it's amazing because as a cinephile, I would have thought I'd heard of it. I mean, I think I'd heard the title, but apart from that, I really hadn't ever seen it in its film format, nor really heard much about what the China Syndrome was. Apparently, it's a theoretical concept where if you had a nuclear core meltdown, the radioactivity of the meltdown would be so great and so intense that theoretically it would just basically drill through the earth and out the other side into China. It's a pretty horrific sort of Hieronymus Bosch notion, but the movie is a white knuckle thriller. I really enjoyed it. I watched it last night for the first time and was struck by how good the three leads were. Jack Lemmon in particular just did a terrific job in his role, but I thought Jane Fonda, she was, you know, I honestly have never seen a better performance from Jane Fonda. I think she's always been a good actress, but she did a great job in this film. And Michael Douglas, of course, very young Michael Douglas. You could see why he later went on to get parts, despite, you know, the early on, I'm sure, accusations that it was nepotism at work. But yeah, Douglas is a terrific actor who initially got his break producing. He produced One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, among others, and I believe he still has a hand in production. But in any case, the movie itself is just wonderful, very intense. It's a great example of how you can take a movie with a Crackerjack script and relatively modest budget with some good actors and make it incredibly tense and suspenseful and exciting. You know, they did a lot of cool things to bring this film to life, including using, you know, matte paintings to depict the nuclear power plant exterior-wise, as well as reproducing the interior based upon, you know, photos and things like that they had seen from other plants. But they didn't film this inside an actual nuclear power plant. It was all reproduced through Hollywood magic. But I would just say, again, if you're a fan of, you know, I would put this alongside Failsafe, that classic Henry Fonda, Walter Matthau movie that is sort of like the counter-programming example to Dr. Strangelove. I would definitely put it in that category. It's just exceptionally crafted and surprisingly tense. And even today, here in 2022, what I was struck by it is, you know, watching this film, everything about it is as timely today as it was when it came out. So it doesn't feel dated in any real capacity, apart from the obvious misogyny and sexism that was rampant. And they, you know, comment on that in this film as well, which I like too. There's a little bit of almost like a network thread throughout this picture as well. So on that note, I just hope everyone is well. If you're looking for a good movie to watch that's exciting, suspenseful, and well acted, look no further than The China Syndrome, 1979. Oh, incidentally, I also want to bring up, this was Wilford Brimley's first movie role, and of course he went on to have quite a film career. But it's good to see him in this part, and of course he still looks pretty much the same age he's always looked throughout his film career. But may he rest in peace. He was a terrific actor. So take care, everyone, until the next time.